This is Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 106. We focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, we got to talk about that WAP video.
The latest marital aid on the market.
Dr. Dre may have actually had a prenup.
She thought she saw him tear it up, but she didn't realize he was going deep cover.
Nice. Texas Tech coach is fired over being too rough, and her Dear Irby writer got caught slipping. Now he needs our help. What are we going to tell him? Find out all that and more right now. This is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're saving relationships one listener at a time. We got to send a belated happy birthday to the artist formerly known as the Tasmanian. How was the party, man? How was the shindig? What happened?
Well, my youngest turned 8.
8?
Turned 8 Friday.
Oh, man. He almost ready, Kamal.
Yeah, he almost ready, man. He turned 8, man, and we threw him a surprise.
Nice.
Socially distanced bike ride party.
Okay.
So
he didn't know. Obviously, it was a surprise. Now, did he know he had a bike?
No, actually, his aunt and his grandmother brought that over. So he went outside to go see his cousin. He was like, "Your cousin's outside." So he ran outside. The bike was there with a ribbon and shit on there.
Oh, man, with the kickstand up?
With the kickstand up.
That's the best. That's like Christmas, dog.
Yeah, man. So he got the bike, and then we was like, "We're going on a bike ride." So he was all ready for that, and then we parked a couple of lots over from where the kids were meeting up.
Already stationed?
Yeah, so we were at the marina, and we rode the little bike trail. Then we ran up into this parking lot. And I'm talking to him because he couldn't see because all the kids had on orange shirts. Everyone was dressed alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, wife hooked that up. Smooth.
Nice, of course.
And so he saw it, and he looked at it, what? And then, 1, 2, 3, surprise. And, man, he enjoyed himself.
Hey, man, that's great, man. Mm-hmm. For those of you who wonder why I'm asking these questions, my baby girl does not know how to ride a bike yet. She just got her bike, so she wasn't ready for this level of partay.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why she didn't partake, but we wish the little homie well, man.
Yeah, we rode for about 6 miles, man, total.
Oh, wow. How you feeling? How's the body feeling?
Oh, I've been riding, not as much as the boy and the wife, but I'll probably get it in maybe like once or twice a week. Something like that.
I've been riding too, man. It feels like I'm a kid again, man. Just remember when we used to just ride bikes?
Yeah, I remember it being easier.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it being easy. I don't remember ever tripping off of an incline.
Oh, that's that's what gears are for.
Oh, well, I got a single speed.
Oh, man, you tripping, dog. You got to step it up to the big boys, man.
Nah.
Hey, man, we got to talk about this college football season. It looks like it's in jeopardy. We already lost the MAC. We got to talk about that. And then we got to most definitely talk about Deion Sanders, what he says. I'm going to put these together. Deion tweeted, he said, "All players opting out in all sports, please believe me, the game will go on without you. This is a business, and don't you ever forget that. There is no one that is bigger than game itself. Only the ref, umps, and officials are that important that you can't play without them, not you." People got upset about this, Kamal. I personally agreed with Deion Sanders. You need to understand, it's just like when you say goodbye to anything, that they will move on. I remember when I left the Tonight Show, Kamal, I was just an intern, and I went back to school at Southern, and I saw the show for the first time. I was hurt that they could produce the show without the intern, Kyle Irby. And then made it even worse. They came out with Ross the intern soon after that. He is still famous to this day, known as Ross the intern. He was the next group after me. So, yeah, it hurts when you get replaced. Even if you know it's possible, you don't realize that your replacement might be 10 times better than you. What say you, dog?
Well, I don't think you can replace college players.
No. This is a totally different story because he's talking about the pros.
I don't think you can replace college players. Well, I'll say this. As far as college goes, the thing about it is I totally get the college standpoint. You're not paying us, and you're asking us to risk our lives.
You're talking about the college players.
College players. right?
Yes.
Now you can make the argument you risk your lives every day by playing football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a sport.
Definitely my argument.
Yeah. But that's something that they've been dealing with their whole lives. You know what I'm saying? So
They signed up for that a long time ago.
They signed up for that. They didn't sign up for just getting a virus because they tackled somebody or they shared a locker room with somebody. You know, or because they got a tape job from somebody who had the shit.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and so that's not what they signed up for. And until you can make them safe, I have no problem with them saying, "Hey, man, we don't want to play." Now, if it's the player's choice, and I'll say like the people in the NCAA, it's hard for them to make that choice for people who they're not paying. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the kids definitely need a voice in this aspect, which, you know what I'm saying, for all intents and purposes, they don't. The kids don't have a voice in this one.
Remember the movie Blue Chips when Penny Hardaway was like, I need to understand, if I transfer, does my mom get to keep her house?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. And my thing is, if you're not playing, how long do you get to keep the scholarship if you're not going to play?
Well, I think you keep it. I think this year is a wash. You know what I'm saying? It's not the player's fault, and
True.
it's not the player's jobs to figure out a cure for this shit. So they're just like everybody else. Especially a lot of these colleges don't even have a campus right now. They're doing shit online.
Yeah.
But you want the players to go out there and play? The rest of the students who might be on academic scholarship, they at the house. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a little unfair for the college players.
But just think about this. College is a perfect place to quarantine. If these colleges, the thing that bothers me is a lot of these colleges aren't really testing every day. They said Stanford was, other schools were not. You literally have a situation where the players live on campus. It seems like you can work out a quarantine plan that keeps everybody safe, similar to the NBA bubble. College players already live in a bubble. Do you have a problem with NBA players playing?
I don't, because the NBA is smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like about 400 players total or something like that. And maybe if you include staff, coaching, it's probably like another 200 maybe. So altogether, I'm just throwing numbers out. It's 600 people that they have to quarantine. Now, you would probably have to do that for every campus. Mm-hmm. It's just hard to regulate. It's hard to regulate. I know probably kids might sneak out.
Yeah. Oh, you already know they're gonna sneak
out the bubble and stuff like that because they don't. Kids think they're invincible anyway. So I don't know, man. I think it's an interesting debate, and if the kids don't want to play, I don't fault them.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know how it'll affect them, but we do know the numbers. And all they have is the numbers. Like right now, the death rate is higher among some, it's lower against others. So if you're in the least likely to die from this thing, you might have a whole different point of view of it. But I will say this, next year, hopefully it'll be better. But what you don't want is for every year there's an excuse and next thing you know, sports are gone. That's a big if, but I'm just hoping. When we come back, we have some feedback. And later on in the show, we have a post-nut story from a guy who was determined to hook up with a coworker. Did it work out? You have to stay tuned to find out. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yes, we do. The Raven 88 said, have you done a podcast on when R. Kelly songs are still allowed to listen to? No, we have not, The Raven. Can you do evil and do good? So the question is, because I've been hearing about, you know what it was? I watched that show you told me to watch last week tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about George Washington and talking about the differences between George Washington, trying to explain him away and how they try to make him good and try to pretend he didn't do anything evil. Here's my take on it. You can be you could do good and evil at the same time. It could come out the same person. You can help grow the United States of America. You could be one of the greatest presidents of all time and still have that stain on your record. Just like R. Kelly can make some of the greatest slow jams in the world and still be a shiesty individual in a lot of ways. So what songs are you still allowed to listen to? My take on it is this, Kamal. The 12-play album sounds like he's talking to a minor. It's really hard to listen to. And the first one. The first two, and I'm a huge R. Kelly fan, was listening to R. Kelly when I read this comment, which was hilarious. Literally was listening to him at the time. I can't do Seems Like You're Ready. That's the only one I just cannot do. I just can't do it. It's just like, come on, dog. You just. But the other touchy ones, they don't bother me as much. Seems Like You're Ready is a hell no for me. Other than that, man, R. Kelly, I jams it. If I was hooking up with a young lady that was sensitive to it, I wouldn't play it. But if she was down, I'd still roll with it. What's your take, bro?
Well, definitely. I think you can do evil and still be. What was the question?
Can you do good? Can it exist in the same person? I don't remember the question.
Yes, of course. Definitely. I hear Hitler was a decent artist or something like that.
You see, you can't say that these days, though.
Well,
you
I mean, basically,
look
if
at the bright side of bad
the nigga
people.
was able to paint a portrait perfect, what are you supposed to say? It's ugly?
That's what you're supposed to say in 2020, Kamal.
Oh, no.
You're supposed to say this motherfucking shit is garbage because he's Hitler.
Oh, no.
Case in point, everything President Trump says. Like today, he tweeted, don't cancel college football. And I wanted to retweet it so bad, but I would have made me a Trump supporter. I was like, oh, God, don't do it, Herbie. But I wanted to retweet, but I was like, no, ain't falling for that again.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, he's a clown, man. And
yeah, look, I can't get down with it, bro. When we come back, but I do support bringing college football. We come back, it's good and evil at the same time. We come back. We have a post-nut story from a guy who was determined to hook up with a coworker. Did it work out? You have to stay tuned. It's coming up next. It's MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener Big Easy Q told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top grime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at dearherbie@themrapodcast.com. That's dearherbie@themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. It's post-nut time. Kamal, this one's from Houston Bobby. I guess he's from Houston because his name is Houston Bobby.
Yeah.
What up, folks? I got a story for you. I used to work with this girl before I started trucking, and she was always flirting with me. I swear we could have both been fired for the things we used to say, you heard? I just knew I was going to get me some one day, so I took her out to dinner. Cost me $157, including tip. After we ate, she invited me over to her place, and we get to messing around, but I didn't have a condom. I wasn't that much in prenup mode. I chunked the deuce and left. That means he gave the peace sign, he left. The next time we were going to hang out, she asked me for the same dinner, but this time she wanted me to bring it over. So I go and I spent another $160. I go over there, bring some drink, brought her some weed, and it's about to go down. Then she tells me that the weed made her paranoid and I had to go. I was so mad, y'all. I said I would never go over there again, and I didn't. Till the next time she called. Hilarious. I went over the third time. Brought the condoms, left the weed and the drink, but you know I had to bring the food. We eat and it's time to get it on, and she talking about she not sure if she needs a drink or something, but something wasn't right. I felt more like her brother than her lover, so I had to go. That is 3 times this woman got me. She cost me $500 worth of food, weed, and liquor, and I promise you, if she ever called me again, I'ma jack off first before I answer because I swear to God, I hope I say no. This nigga said, I hope. Y'all boys be easy. I'm a trucker. I love the show. Houston Bobby. Come out. Where did our friend Bobby go wrong?
Bobby went wrong from the first time he went to hook up with this chick. He didn't bring over condoms. The first night.
There you go. That was his chance, Kamal.
Right. That was the first. And then, unless she lives like in Siberia, I would have gone to the store.
I know.
The first night.
How many times have you done that?
And like bounce.
I know.
So he really wasn't in prenup mode because I'm going to get them condoms that night.
I know. Yeah, I know.
That night. So I think that was his first mistake off the bat, man. Just not handling his business the first night. Everything else was basically a continuation. It was basically just, it was a continuation of the first problem. If he had handled his business the first time, it would have cost him $157. That $500 has to hurt.
Ooh,
it has nothing to show for it.
No ass.
Oh my gosh. I know you're hurting, Houston Bobby, because I'm hurting for you. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping for a success story at the end of this tale. Honestly, if she called you back, man, I now it's a quest. You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
I don't agree, Kamal.
You gotta go.
I think you gotta stop playing with this woman, man. She playing games, dog. We're gonna talk about the WAP song later. She's playing games, dog. She just hungry, bro, and she knows you down for it, man. You're safe to her, Bobby, because you're a good dude. Because you've played it well the whole time. You were patient with it. I feel you. You didn't push up the first time. For some reason, you didn't go get the condom. All the fellas know that feeling of running to 7-Eleven right quick. I'll be right back. For some reason, you didn't pull that move. Then you brought the food over again. Now, you're counting the money, so it means something to you. You know exactly what you spent. And you went and brought the drink and the weed and spent all that money thinking it would get you the touchdown. And it didn't. It didn't. I say cut your losses, man. I've had this situation before, man, where I've dealt with women that these are red flags, Bobby. These are red flags, bro. It's like, something ain't right, man. Hey. Something ain't right, man. You know what I mean? And people don't change, dog. The time when she said you were more like a brother, so now you're telling me you need to be drunk to... Nah. She don't want you, bro. I'm sorry. She don't see you like that. You was cool when y'all was flirting. She was down with the scrimmage. She was a boss at practice. But as soon as the game and the whistle blew, it keep going wrong, man. So I say cut your losses, dog. Don't ever mess with her again, bro.
Kyle.
We come back, man.
Kyle.
Go ahead, come on.
I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
If I spend $100 million on a rookie quarterback,
you stupid.
and he has a terrible first season,
yes,
guess what,
get
Kyle?
A second.
I'm not benching him. The nigga's playing again the second season.
Wait a minute. Are you going to the press conference and making excuses for him like you have to do?
Exactly.
For your wife at the restaurant?
I'm getting my money's worth out of
You
this shit.
stupid.
$500? And where was
That's
he going
a lot
for
of money.
dinner? God dang.
I know, man. What is it? What does it add up to?
Yeah. I mean, like, was Taco Bell closed? I don't get it.
I know, but you can't. But listen, here's what he probably did wrong also, Houston Bobby. You're going to go a little over for you, dog. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. You probably tried to floss the first time. You know what I mean? And then, you've been to what's that place called? Fleming's. You've been to Fleming's, Kamal.
Hell yeah.
It's expensive.
Yes.
And if you act like you got Fleming's money the first time, you got to backdoor with Fleming's again.
Yeah. You can't do Fleming's the first night. I have the second.
Yep. So that's another way you messed up, Houston Bobby. You swung too far the first time. Now, I get it. You've been having feelings for this girl for a while, so you probably almost felt like you loved her because it's the closest thing to love you're going to get. Y'all friends from work and you're attracted to each other. You didn't just meet the girl, so you really do care about this girl. But she ain't feeling you the same way, dog. Red flag, man. Kick rocks, man. We come back. Dr. Dre's wife was expecting her prenup to be null and void, but it may not be. It's almost time for celebration, but we're not sure yet. We'll find out soon. It's MRA Podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kamal, when I first read about Dr. Dre's wife getting divorced to Dr. Dre, all the articles said there was no prenup. No prenup, no prenup. Everybody was wondering, damn, Dre, why would you come on, you a gangster rapper, dog. Why would you get married without a prenup, dog? I know you didn't have the Billy ticket yet, but still, why would you do that? Well, Kamal, turns out Dr. Dre is not as silly as some fools might have thought. Dr. Dre had a prenup, but he played it so smooth. Allegedly, 2 years into the marriage, Dr. Dre said, you know what, baby? All right, let's go back. When it was time to get married, he said, I'm going to need this prenup. And he allegedly gave her one of his lawyers and was like, look, just look over the paperwork. She acted like, they always got to make excuses. I didn't know what I was signing. I was pressured. He made it seem like if I wanted to get married, I had to do this. You damn right. That's what he said. And you had an option. You could have said no, but you knew the deal. You knew what you was out for. So y'all lasted a couple years, and you probably moped about it for a while, because why would you mope about it if you plan on staying for life? So you mope about it. You know how we are, fellas. When they start moping, we always got to start fixing. So he said, look, baby, I'm sorry. Let's rip this prenup up. He starts ripping the goddamn prenup up. She gets so happy. She probably gets a WAP. And next thing you know, they hitting it up. They made up. They happy. But Dr. Dre in the back of his mind is thinking, that's hilarious that you think just because I ripped it up, that means it's over. She thought the prenup was null and void from the rip-up because he ripped up multiple copies. I'm doing air quotes. Y'all can't see me in radio land. He ripped up multiple copies of the prenup. That don't mean a damn thing, because if he got one copy left, he still got the prenup. What'd you say, Kamal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think Dre had the originals. You keep that with the lawyer. He tore up some copies. Now, here's the thing, Kyle. They got married in 1996.
Yes, they did.
Okay, and I'll say this regarding the prenup. This is Dre after his dealings with Easy and Suge.
Yes.
So his paperwork's going to be right.
Come on,
his paperwork is going to be right. You know what I'm saying? After he's
one
been
thing
doing
ain't right, it's going to be his paperwork.
Yeah, he's been doing homie handshakes and shit like that. It's like, nah, man. And each time he got bent over, it's because his paperwork weren't right. So when he came to get married, he made sure his paperwork was right. Now, wife. I feel bad for her, Kyle. This is 1996.
Hilarious.
Let me explain why. It's 1996. This is before Aftermath. This is before Beats.
Yes.
This is before Apple Music.
What was that? What was the cut in 19? This has been there, done that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this is Ding Dong, Keep Your Heads Ringing.
That was 95. Like 95. This has been there, done that.
Yeah.
This has been there, done that. This was the firm flopped, and this is
she came in the lean years.
Yeah, this is Dr. Dre presents the Aftermath.
Yeah.
And so I mean, Dre was comfortable, but he wasn't. Man.
I mean, he still was paid. He still had already done the
Easy
deal.
Basically, he didn't have rights to his music, so he was pretty much starting all over. So she got with him, but just basically, only thing he probably had was his talent and his name.
Well, let's just say this: she married him when he had talent and name. We don't know when they got together, though.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
They might have met in the peak, fucking Chronic years.
But still, let's say she met in the peak Chronic years. They met. They started linking up.
Let's say they met in 94.
Okay, so she saw him go from like highs to lows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she stuck with him. And here's the thing about it. 96, man, what is that? That is
Outcast.
24 years ago?
Yes, it was.
Man, you married 24 years, man. You still going back on some prenup when you don't really have shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of foul on Dre's part. Now, I don't know why they're getting divorced. Now, she was just a terrible wife, just spending his money, berating him, shitting on him, cheating and stuff like that. I understand. But if, like the last 3 or 4 years, they're just growing apart. I think it's kind of foul, man, because she's been there after the Suge years. And when he was probably running scared and probably depressed, and a lot of people were like not feeling Dre, man, especially after that Dr. Dre presents the Aftermath. It wasn't until 2001 where it was like, oh shit, Dre's back. he's been riding high since pretty much, 99? 1999, Dre's been the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there was a rough patch. I think Dre's playing a little hardball on this one, man. He could soften up a little bit, dog.
Fuck that. Let me tell you why. You said that, you've been a good wife. How can you be a good wife when the number one thing a wife need to be is there?
What do you mean? She show up now? Like after
she wants to quit her job. That you can't be a good employee if you ain't showing up to work. You don't practice, you don't play. Period. I don't give a damn. This was for life. That was the agreement. And she got tired of it and tried to take a payout. No, he's still gonna pay her. He said he's gonna pay the legal fees. He's gonna he's gonna break her off. But half the bill? No, sir.
No, she don't deserve half.
No.
Yeah, she don't deserve half. But I said,
don't.
I don't know what's in that prenup. But if it's basically 1996 money, I'll give her $100,000. And
no. That's I'm gonna tell you that's not cool. I'm gonna tell you that's not cool. 24 years and that women I'm saying she gave you a kid. Yeah, that's not that hard to do. I'm sorry, it's just not. But 24 years of service. If you worked at Chevrolet for 24 years, they'll give you a golden parachute. And I believe Dre will give her a golden parachute as he should. Mm-hmm. But anything more than 10 mil, we are asking for too much, brother.
Yeah.
No, my brother, you got to get your we come back. Oh, it's time, man. We got to talk about that damn WAP video, Kamal. Ain't no more we got to talk about. We got enough teas. It's the MRA podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
Why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, this happens all the damn time. We drop on Wednesday, something happens Thursday. We dropped last Wednesday, Thursday, WAP dropped. And WAP hit hard. Mm-hmm. I hope it's still hitting by Wednesday when this drops on the 12th. Because as of today, on the 10th, it's all over social media. People mad. They mad. Are you going to let your kids watch that? They arguing. This video has 62 million views in less than a week. Cardi B said because of COVID, she was able to really focus. Now, I'm not a really big Cardi B fan, but I watched her on the Breakfast Club, and she was very likable. I got to be honest.
Yeah, but I actually root for Cardi B, man. She's not mean like Nicki. She's not mean and stuck up. She's in on the joke. She seems like she would be a cool person. She hasn't like fame like turn her into somebody else. Like, oh, I'm a snob now.
She keeps it 100. And the music is good. That song is banging. You like the song? So okay, you don't like it. I like it. I like it, but maybe because I went to school in Louisiana, I've always had a thing for the down south bass lines and the Luke music and the Luke booty. I've always loved that bounce shit. So you're a little more of a hip hop snob, so you may not be feeling that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this, dog. The video's banging. The video's amazing. She did the little snake thing. I wonder if that was a little diss to Nicki Minaj, but she looked good as a motherfucker. I know some people, I didn't spell these names right, but Rosalia, Hermione, Ruby Rose, Mulatto, I guess it's a half-breed, I don't know her name, Sukiana. I sound like I don't know what the fuck is going on because I don't. And Kylie Jenner. People was mad that Kylie Jenner was in it, man. How'd you feel about the video?
I personally love the video.
Me too.
Kyle, here's the thing about it, man.
Come on, dog.
You know me, man. I love some hoes.
Hey, man, you were the first person that coined the term, I love these hoes.
Yeah, I love
you
these
were
hoes,
the first
man.
person that told these hip-hop dudes, stop dissing these hoes. Pay homage to the hoes. Kamal, you're a trailblazer with homage to the hoes. So go ahead, dog.
I love these hoes, and I also love some WAP. Especially
Ain't nothing like WAP.
Yeah, especially if it's W because of me. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
But here's the thing, Kyle.
Go ahead.
I don't like the fact that it's a popular song. I like my hoes to be in private. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my hip hop. I don't like it mainstream. I don't like, you know what I'm saying, grandma doing, go shorty, it's your birthday. It makes it corny to me, right? I like being a part of like a counterculture. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I like my hoes part of counterculture too. Like red light district, you got to sneak down there to go see the hoes and shit like that. So
we'll be talking about the red light district in a bit.
Yeah. So I don't like it out there, right? And so just because I will say this, man, and I'm blessed that I won't have to deal with this.
Come on, because you don't have baby girls.
I don't have baby girls, but I'm jealous because I wish this shit dropped when I was 16 because I know it's going to turn a lot of young girls out. I know this.
Wow.
I know this. And I think that Nicki and Megan, it's not their responsibility to raise our children.
You said Nicki and Megan? You're talking about Cardi and Megan, right?
Cardi and Megan, I'm sorry. And throw Nicki in there as well, right? It's not their responsibility to raise our children. And I understand that. And so they make a song and it's for adults. But it's going to be marketed and played for children because it's so popular. And that's my only negative about it. It's like it's
and the clean version is still dirty.
This
That's
clean
how dirty
version. I saw the video and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a raunchy ass song. And I realized like, oh, they're saying this because it's the clean version. Because some of the lyrics that make sense. I'm like, oh, it's because it should be cussing at this point.
Yes.
I love the video, man. I thought it was I thought it was dope. I like it's a show on Stars, P Valley, and it's about like a strip club. And Kyle, I'm not a big strip club fan, but the stunts,
the acrobatics,
the stunt strippers, because obviously it ain't the stars.
Sexual interpretive dance.
Oh man, the stunt strippers, what they do on that pole is really really impressive. And with
it's not arousing to me though.
It's not arousing, but I'm impressed. And so I like to see dance. I like to see choreography and stuff like that. And so I was impressed with the video. I like the video, but I worry that this is going to have some 15 and 16-year-old girls emulating this shit. But for all of you guys out there who daughters and stuff like this, this is a dangerous song, man. And I feel bad for you because this shit, I saw like I saw the video on my politics website. And so, and I know I saw this right-wing guy reading the lyrics. His name is Ben Shapiro. He's a right-wing, ultra-conservative guy. So this song and this video, just because of just the condemnation, is going to be mainstream.
Oh, yeah. Married with Children.
Yeah.
Married with Children became number one when the Christian moms decided to go against it. Right. They brought it even more pub.
Right. Same thing with The Simpsons and all that stuff.
Yes.
Exactly. So I think that's what's going to happen to this.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing that happened with gangster rap. And I feel bad. It's something that I don't have to worry about. But
let me hop in
it's
this.
Impressive, though.
Let me hop in this because I got two daughters. So let me just say this: I wish there was some mainstream Queen Latifah right about now. Where in the hell's MC Light when we need her? Now, of course, they've moved on from hip hop and recording, but we need somebody that's just spitting fire. Rod Digger spitting fire. We need some women to balance this. That way, it's not only rap. Like when gangster rap got so huge, it became just what rap was. But we also had a Tribe Called Quest, which is probably my favorite hip hop group of all time, that was doing jazzy hip hop. So we need some jazzy women out there kicking ballistics like they did back in the day.
They do.
Now,
but they're not celebrated. You know,
they're not because maybe they're not, and I don't know why.
There's a chick named Rhapsody. Rhapsody has an album called
I think I saw her on the BET Awards. She had lyrics,
and she had her last album. Man, each song is like a Feeny. It's named after some inspirational black woman. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope album, but guess what? She ain't shaking her ass.
No, she's not.
And she got a video, man, where this particular video is called Ibtihaj. It's named after that Muslim fencing that fencer, and in the whole video, man, all the chicks are wearing hijab. Beautiful black sisters wearing hijab, and it looks dope because they're all synchronized and posed, and they look beautiful. But guess what, man? It's no titties and ass. You know.
Well, if you get a chance, go to the BET Awards website, watch Rhapsody's flow. I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
She was killing it. She is the shit. Shouts out to sisters like that do that. I have two daughters. Would I let them listen to this shit? Hell, motherfucking no. That's a no. That's a no. They're not listening to this shit. And my youngest daughter, because she's got a different mom who's a lot more liberal, will allow some things, but this ain't getting on because the theme is basically I got this wet ass pussy and this is how I got my husband. This is how. And honestly, I'm not mad at what she's saying because what she's basically doing is saying this wet ass pussy got me the ring. I don't cook. I don't clean. This wet ass pussy got me everything I need, which to me puts the power back on the men because it says, fellas, get that money. You can have that wet ass pussy.
Kyle, here's the thing about it.
Go ahead.
Your daughters are of age where you can forbid them to listen to it. But if they were in high school, there's no way you can manage that.
And I don't even really care, come out, to be honest. If they listen to this song, it doesn't bother me. Because honestly, I listened to gangster rap when I was their age. Right. And I still, to this day, have shot nobody. So if they got hoe in their blood, then it can't be stopped. And I'm hopefully have done the job that they don't have hoe in their blood.
Well, I think this is a little different because this is more, here's the thing. Gangster rap, man, no matter what they were rapping about, for the most part, the shit was criminal. You know what I'm saying? This shit was against the law. And so we will always talk, crime don't pay. We seen motherfuckers going to jail. We seen videos of people getting shot and stuff like that. So we saw the negative aspects of gangster rap. But what these chicks are doing.
Hold on. I got to stop you, Kamal. If you were a thug at heart, would you have been a thug? Because I would have been. I just ain't no thug. I sure would have been, but I'm not a thug. So it didn't even take for me.
No,
would you have been a thug?
If I grew up a certain way, but if I grew up in a certain neighborhood and whatnot, and these are my friends and certain family, but can you grow up as a hoe?
You can grow up thinking being a hoe is okay. Because I know that I got groomed to being a male hoe, but I also had the talent. I had wanted to be. And the music just inspired me to develop my talent. We got to stay on time, so we got to go. We come back, man. Americans are still going down to Tijuana to find a Cardi B. We'll explain what that means. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal saw this on CNN.com. Sex workers down in Mexico they did an expose about the sex workers down there, and some of them were very sympathetic women in the story saying they have to do this job because they can't feed their family. I never realized, I used to hear about people going to Tijuana to get some, but I didn't realize, it just never really dawned on me that that's the spot. Like that is the Figueroa for the white man, or for whoever's down there in San Diego or whatever, that people still go down there for ass. Like I didn't know it was legal. I didn't know that they had like hotels, brothels and shit. And it's still going down out there, Kamal. People are still going down, even though they're illegal, and they're illegal because the sex work is not seen as an essential business, and it absolutely should be, Kamal. It is an essential business. Do we need to write our congressman, fellas?
Well,
sex is an essential thing. Stop dismissing it like it's this thing. Come on, Kamal. What say you, dog?
Okay, well, unless these workers can give head while still wearing that mask, I ain't going nowhere.
You ain't doing it. Kamal's not trying to get the Rona. I don't know if you've seen a theme here. He ain't getting Rona. We had a meeting last week, and I was like, yo, Kamal, man, we trying to get him. He was like, let me stop you right there. I ain't going. Anyway, next topic.
Exactly.
So what'd you say? Unless she got a mask on, it ain't happening. That's what I'm hearing.
Nah, but here's on the real, man. I went down to Tijuana when I was younger, got my first lap dance.
Nice.
Also,
naked?
The first time I got robbed. The only time I got robbed is doing that lap dance. She got me.
Wow.
She got in my pockets, homie. And so we was we went I went with my boy Robbie and Eric.
My guys.
Yeah, my two best friends growing up.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Robbie.
Rest in peace, Rob. I went down there, and so I parked the car in the America side.
Okay, walked over the bridge.
Got my lap dance. Went to like a little club. We chilled. Got back to the car.
Was she naked though in the lap dance?
Nah, man. She was a bikini. There was a
Mexico
bikini boy.
For
It wasn't.
Clothes lap dance. Fuck is your problem?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
back to your
really
story.
don't remember, but I know she had bottoms on for sure.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Was she fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely. And so, I'm cheap. So if I'm a pay, yeah, she gonna be tight.
She better be fine.
Yeah. And so we walk back over to get my car. Man, I go in my pockets. My shit's empty. And Robbie and Eric spent all their money, so we are broke.
Wow.
And we are like 2 feet from Mexico, so we had to walk to like the nearest gas station. No, I'm sorry. We drove. I'm sorry. We drove to TJ. We had to walk to America to go to an ATM machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. This could have been a post-nut mode story, Kamal. You could have really entertained us if you could have told us at another time, man. We come back, man. Texas Tech had to fire their coaches. Oh, wait till you hear what they was doing. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. Kamal, I don't know if you heard. Have you heard about this Texas Tech shit?
No, I missed it.
Dog. So I just heard about it yesterday. So the Texas Tech coaches got straight up fired because they had a pattern of abuse. Now, of course, Kamal, we grew up in the old school, man, sort of kind of the old school. Our parents really grew up in the old school. But we had some tough ass coaches. I mean, can you remember some of the foul shit your coaches used to say to you? I remember we had a coach, I'm not going to say where, he used to call us by name, you are pure D trash. Like that was his saying. He used to say that. I had another coach, and if we were standing around, he'd be like, you guys stand around like it's a goddamn circle jerk. I didn't even know what a circle jerk was, Kamal.
Yeah.
Come to find out, a circle jerk is when a bunch of dudes stand around and jerk each other off. I was, when I found out, I said, what the fuck? That was junior high. I had a coach he called a lineman a fat tub of shit.
Oh, yeah.
At a rival high school, they used to do the Steelers slap where they slapped the shit out of you. You had a helmet on. But I would see these guys getting slapped. Come on, what are some crazy things you saw when you used to be a baller?
Oh, well, I've been, as a team, we've been called, gay and not so,
Not necessarily. Yeah. Oh, okay. The other word, the word that you better not ever say if you want to work in America.
We've been called gay and whatnot, man.
Unless you're Isaiah Washington.
Yeah, we've. One time, man, I was in the 8th grade, and it's basketball practice, dog.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to be learning how to deny the ball.
Yeah, deny means stick your hand in front, don't let them pass, right?
By always keeping your head at the, keeping your eyes on the ball, right? But keeping your arm on the offensive player.
Yeah.
And so when the offensive player with the revert, the opposite way, we were supposed to reverse without turning our head, whatever, right? I kept turning around, and my coach got so mad he blew the whistle, and I'm probably like 85 pounds at the time, man. He was taking my shoulders and like turning me where I was supposed to go. He was jerking the shit out of me in front of everybody. Like, he goes this way, you turn this way. We go this way, you turn this way. Do you understand?
Oh, I know exactly what he did. I know exactly what he did, and that's just commonplace. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so like, dude, it's parents and shit at practice. You know what I'm saying? Now, my parents weren't there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure my father would have been like, you goddamn right. Make that motherfucker learn this shit.
You goddamn right, man. These modern day players, man, they not built like we was built, man. I was talking to my boy Pastor Braxton Fat B about this, man, about how, because he watches Last Chance U, and he was saying how one of the coaches on that show had to reiterate that you got to coach these new players different because they're not us and we're not our parents, which is really a good point, man. Some of the things they did at Texas Tech. So this I thought was just way out of line. They used to make the players wear a heart rate monitor and to find out where their heart rate was. So they would know, they would have a chart. And if so, you know how coach always say you're dogging it? They had a heart rate monitor, so they knew if the girls were going half-ass. But the problem was they expected 90% effort the whole fucking practice. And that's like, come on, get the fuck out of here with that shit. One girl was called fat in front of her teammates, and I'm sorry, you can't call a woman fat, especially in front of boys. That was done in front of boys. One of the assistant coaches was a sister. Now, this sister had problems at another school where she coached with this head coach. So in other words, the sister used to be the head coach, and the head coach at Texas Tech, was the assistant coach, Coach Stallings. She brought this head coach with her, and now this head coach is her assistant. But the head coach has already been like written up or admonished about her, the way she gets down. One woman said, 165 center said she was depressed or whatever. The sister said to snap a rubber band on her wrist when she had a negative thought. Like that was her cure for depression. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something we would say in our community, because it's like, oh, you have depression. Well, stop thinking negative, goddammit. And if any time you have a negative thought, remind yourself to stop doing that shit. Now get your ass out there and play.
Yeah, it's it's a different time, Kyle. These millennials, they were raised differently. They're not different. They're not different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I need to catch myself saying these millennials, like, dude, no, they were raised differently.
Absolutely.
We are responsible for them, their behavior. You know what I'm saying? I remember just when before I started having kids, like in my early 20s, I was seeing, like, I would go play basketball, and now you're starting to see like kids at the park with their parents. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I was a kid, with no parents at the park, we just went to the park.
Isn't that funny? I always went with my kids to the park, because I don't trust these motherfuckers.
Exactly. So because of what we heard on the news, we raised our kids in a safer environment.
That's true.
And because of that safer environment, we cannot complain if they want to be treated with bubble wrap. That's how we raised them.
Man, that is facts on facts.
Dude,
on facts.
My son now, he ventures out, but from like up until he was probably in the 9th grade, everywhere he went, he was driven. Everywhere he was driven, and it was either by a parent or some adult. He has never been in the car with another teenager before driving. Now he's ventured off now he's in high school. I remember I was in elementary catching the bus to Hollywood. My parents had no idea where I was.
Dude, before you shit on these millennials now, I got to say it, fellas with kids, ask yourself, do your kids walk to school? Start there. If the answer is yes, more power to you. We come back. It's Dear Irby time. We got a guy who's in a big jam. He needs our advice. What should he do? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Dear
Irby, I've been dating my girl for about 5 months and I like her. I'm not sure if I love her. I think I do, but she told me I don't. You see, she came over, started cleaning up my apartment. I didn't worry because she wouldn't find anything suspect on the floor, and I knew that. But then she went and found a condom wrapper in my pocket. She left without letting me explain my side of the story, and she has not answered my calls or texts. I am kind of glad she hasn't, because I don't know what to say to her. I don't know what to tell her. The last thing I said was that it wasn't what she thought and that I loved her. She said, obviously, I don't love her, because if I did, I would not have cheated. I need your help, fellas. What should I say? JJ in the Valley. Come on, man. I know you can do this, dog. What is your concern with being able to help JJ?
Man,
what is
I don't know. First of all, was it because he said I could explain. I really want to know what the explanation was. Like, is that like an old pocket from like before y'all met?
Oh, that's one. Write that down, JJ.
Yeah.
Old pants from before we met.
Yeah,
nice. Kamal. See, you said you couldn't help him in the break, and you've already helped him. I knew you could do this, Kamal.
Oh, before they got serious. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about 5 months. That was right before COVID, so it had to been, you know, his timetable was rather small.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey man, here's the thing: you got two choices.
There you go.
You can either lie your ass off. And it's been a while, probably, so you should have a great reason. Or you cop to it, hop on the sword, and beg for forgiveness. You know.
What would you recommend, Kamal?
Oh, in these situations, I'm lying. I'm lying. As a matter of fact, I'm playing dumb as fuck. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck did them get? Now, like, I can explain. Like, nigga, I can't explain this shit. Like, what? You finding in my pants? Bullshit. You planted that motherfucker. I'm flipping that shit so cold. I'm putting her on the stand. Like, you put that shit there on purpose. There's no fucking way I'm copping to this one, JJ. I mean, now, here's the thing about it. You said you think you love her, so I'm assuming you want to be with her. This is something that you don't want on your file. You don't want this in your file, man. You know what I'm saying? When you have a confirmed cheat in your file,
this early in,
oh man, everything you do is scrutinized now, man. Everything you do. And now the next time some shit legitimately happens, I'm gonna say you cheat, but like something that might cause some suspicion, some chick at work is looking at you funny, or you get like a fucked up text in the middle of the night, you don't have the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, man, this is some shit I wouldn't want in my file, especially this early on. So if you can deny it and your poker face is good, homie, practice. Look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? But now, if you suck at lying and you don't think that's the right thing to do, you can hop on the sword, beg for forgiveness. But man, let me tell you something. If y'all go forward, Chris Rock so eloquently said, man, did you make it right with that bitch? Every time you make it right.
Genius. Hey, when you come back, man, I'm jumping in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. JJ, you got yourself a problem. You got two choices, like the homie said. Let me tell you what it is. You got to decide how serious you. It bothers me that you say, I don't know if I love her, because I can't stand when women say this. You don't love me. That's some bullshit. She does not get to tell you how you feel. Now, she can say it doesn't feel like you love me when you do this and that, but she does not get to tell you how you. Now, she can say, I don't like the way your love feels.
Right.
Shit, I know abusive parents that love their kids.
Right.
Their kids just don't like the way it feels.
She doesn't like the way he displays his love.
Yes.
Right.
But she doesn't get to say that you don't love her. That's a bullshit control shit. Women do it all the time. Call her out on that. You don't get to tell me how. Now, here's the thing, bro. I need to know, are you a serial cheater like I was? Notice I said was. Like I've been known to be, or is it a one-time thing? Because if it's a one-time thing, man, you can go ahead and lie and get away. But if that's how you get down, you might really want to consider letting her go, because you're going to regret keeping this one, because you've already messed up, man. 5 months in and you got caught slipping like that. Come on, bro.
There's a rookie
better
move.
fish
That's
out
a rookie move right there. The rapper in his pocket?
That's... Dude,
that nigga's not a litter bug.
Hilarious, bro. I mean, here's the thing, man. We can help you come up with some lies if you want to go that route. I don't recommend it unless you're really serious that you can make this work. Because I'm telling you right now, you can't lie again. You can get her back from one, but you can't keep doing this. And if this is something that you don't promise you'll change because you love her so much. Take it from me. Don't ever do that. Just know you, man. Look at your file. Look at your own file. How many times have you done this? If you've never done this before, ask yourself why you did it, and maybe really be honest with yourself before you even talk with her. Because you got to decide, JJ, is this something you can change from? For me, I can't change from that. I'm not changing. I need to. Every lady I'm with needs to understand. Here's my file. We got to work through this, but I'm not about to make no promises. You got to be honest. Or you might say, you know what? I can handle this. She's worth it, which I hate to say, because women can be like, I'm not worth it. I would never recommend you to say she's worth it. Don't do it for her. It'll take a lot of work to change into the person you're not. That's like, I don't like avocado, but that's like if I say I'm going to eat avocado because I love her so much. That it does not make sense. So figure out if you can change. How deep is the issue? If it's something that you can change, then work on change it. If it's something that you know good and goddamn well you're going to get caught again one day, or one day you're going to need to hit something else again, let her go. Trust me, you want somebody who can work with this, because there are women who can work with you in this issue. And there are some women that can really work with you because they might have some things they want to do as well. So don't settle on this one just because you think you love her. You ain't even sure, bro. Man, she did you a favor. Trust me. But if you want to go the lie route, I'm just going to tell you, we can come up with some lies for you, bro. Hit us back and let us know. We can brainstorm some lies. But, that's not fair, because by the time he hits us back, it might be too late. So I'm going to give you some. These are old pants. That's a good one right there. Here's one. You can say you take your buddy who's a fuck up. If Kamel ever got caught slipping, I'm telling you right now, he's blaming me, which is a smart move. Just say that your friend Kyle was needed you to pick. You were at Kyle's house and you saw the Jimmy hat, and his girl was coming home, so you picked it up for him. And didn't realize it. Like, blame your whole friend. That's what your whole friends are for. They won't even mind, dog, to be honest. Yeah. Especially if you know what I mean? Like, if you give them a heads up. But if you're going to bring other people in, you better give them a heads up. What you better not do is, which this has happened, use your boy as an alibi and then not tell him. Especially if your girl knows him. So yeah, that's the option. If you want to go the lie route, hit me up, DM me. If you want more lies, I can give it to you. I don't recommend the lie route, dog. Use them only in a case of emergency.
Yo, Kyle.
What's up?
Also, JJ needs to understand if they work this out and they stay together, now he has activated her detective skills, and they will never turn off.
You will be under surveillance forever.
Yes.
It's best off to get a new one, dog. Trust me, man. Unless you really think this is the one, man, then you got to have a real. If she's really, really the one, dog, I want to tell you to be honest, man, because that's the best policy. But they don't really want to know the truth. You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Irby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages,
encouraged divorce,
taught a guy how to please his woman,
encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Where can we find you?
Twitter and Instagram @AngryKamel.
I am at Kyle Irby, KyleErby at the MRA Podcast. Hey, man, I booked a commercial, dog.
Damn right, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time, man. So I'll give you all the details about that later, man. But if you want to see some other commercials I've done, go to KyleIrby.com. Check out all the commercials I've done and, all the videos and all that shit. Anyway, at the MRA Podcast is where you can hear all 106 episodes, man. Come out. Thank you for bringing it every single week. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.